I was sitting back and three. I saw three different stories this week that kind of made me a little upset, and it got me thinking that cancel culture has gone way too far and is way above their platform now. And I've seen a bunch of stories that kind of got under my goat, but this week it was three. Pepe Le Pew is being canceled for promoting rape culture. Um, Dr. Seuss is being canceled because some of his books promoted racist imagery. And Peter Pan is being canceled, along with Dumbo and some other Disney classic are being canceled because they also promote racist imagery. And my question is, and so what? These movies and books were made in a time long before today, before people were so sensitive about everything. And we're canceling things to essentially whitewash history to make it look like everybody was happy all the time. And it makes no sense, right? And I say that because we cancel Dr. Seuss books. Okay, but to what end? So you take those six books off the shelf, it doesn't change anything for their publishing rights in the past. Dr. Seuss is dead, long dead. What purpose does it serve to honestly cancel Dr. Seuss books from a bygone era that aren't even some of his most popular works? Same thing for canceling Pepe Le Pew. In general, help me with this one. We keep attacking Looney Tunes for some god unknown reason. Like, I get it. Like, people are more sensitive, but at what point do we not realize that those things happened? They were a moment in time. They are a snapshot in time. To run away from history is to deny history itself. And I get it. Pepe is very domineering, but I never got the I have to take a woman's right to say no out of those cartoons. What are we doing? Same thing for Speedy Gonzalez is compadre. What was his name? Slowpoke, the slow Mexican rat. And we took him out of cartoons because it depicted Mexicans as lazy. But did we not pay attention to the rest of the cartoon that they were also the victims in many of these cases? I don't remember Slowpoke ever perpetuating a stereotype of not wanting to make his situation better. He was just slow. Whereas Speedy always came in as the hero for his people. And there's always a hero. And now we're going after Dumbo and because of the blackbirds. People, truth be told, those blackbirds existed. People talk like that. Get over yourself. What are we doing? And then to cancel these things serves no purpose anymore. It's not like you're taking money out of anybody's pockets anymore. You're not taking money out of anybody's pockets. You're not hurting anybody's creativity. You're just telling people that we don't like this, so it's not going to be seen anymore. And you wonder why people are tired of Black Lives Matter and other social economic movements. Because we whitewash everything. Oh, it wasn't this way, it was that way. Because we don't like hearing that then it never happened that way. Stop. My problem with cancel culture is you deny something exists, but you don't change the problems that perpetuate it today. You want to get rid of racist imagery? Cool. Do something about racism today. You want to get rid of rape culture? Do something about rape culture today. And don't give me that oh well we're trying to change laws. No, you're not, because when anybody does anything that promotes empowering women, or making women more recognizable in the workplace, or just making black women in general equal to their white or male counterparts. We're not doing that. People want to get all up in arms about, oh, well, this, that, and the third, and I don't believe that she feels that. Why? That's not your opinion. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Case in point, and I know I'm all over the place tonight. Meghan Markle said in an interview that she thought about killing herself to make everyone else feel better, regardless of whether she was acting, faking it, lying, making it up for somebody else, does not matter. Which, in fact, I do believe that she actually did contemplate taking her own life. But to deny someone their existence because you don't believe the narrative makes you a hypocrite. How does her story negatively impact your life? She brought awareness to the mental issues of people suffering quietly in their own depressions. Case in, to that same extreme, she didn't say that she is completely healed from that situation. She said she is processing. She's getting through that situation. This is an ongoing battle for her. Cancel Pepe Le Pew, who's a cartoon character. Change his writing style. But then my thing about Pepe Le Pew is, like, a whole bunch of people are posting memes about Johnny Bravo now. And for those of you who don't know, Johnny Bravo was a 90s cartoon where he was a misogynistic, womanizing uh, Neanderthal, for lack of a better word, who was constantly just all over women. I don't think he'll be canceled anytime soon, because most of the time he got beat up by women. So Jindy Tartakovsky isn't going to suffer any malfeasance. Dexter's Laboratory isn't going to suffer anything. Samurai Jack isn't. Um, Powerpuff Girls just got a live action version of their cartoon coming out. You're not hurting his pockets, but yet and still you have this example over here that needs to be canceled as well. Are we going back? And I know after I say it, we're going to make an even bigger case to cancel Johnny Bravo. But why? Are we just pretending that these people don't exist and that if we just indoctrinate children, then the adults will change? Why don't we make inclusivity problems for adults rather than trying to force all this stuff on kids? I get it. The past is a dark, scary, angry place sometimes, and it is not always friendly. But to just paint over it with a rainbow brush like none of this stuff ever happened is absolutely asinine. I like that word, asinine. And it makes me angry to my core sometimes for people to just act like if I cancel this now, then it wipes it out from history forever. You didn't take any money from them. You didn't change the writer's point of view, and you didn't stop it from being produced in the first place. What did you really do? Seriously. And then people want to act like all brand new and surprised when we keep going back to the well for the same comedy and acting like it's supposed to be brand new. The new Tom and Jerry movie just came out, and I knew it was going. I didn't have high hopes for it in general because the slapstick comedy that Tom and Jerry is known for can't be done today because people try things too often. You can't take a sledgehammer to someone's foot and they just scream and it's okay. People try it now. You, I was watching a video earlier where Woody Woodpecker, the live action version, was banned in a couple countries because that was another one that I knew wasn't going to do well. That was banned in a couple countries because it promoted arson. What are we doing? Like, it's like as we advance in our culture and in society, not in our culture, and in society more so than anything, as we advance more so in society, we get dumber. And I mean dumber on like a ridiculous scale. Dumber. I hate to use her as an example, but I need to. But Gorilla Glue Girl or Jerica Brown tried to use a hair care product and instead use an industrial strength hair care product. Instead of people actually acknowledging the fact that we need to do more to address black women's hair products, we then try and tear her down for everyone saying, "Oh, it's fake. She did it just for money," or "It Gorilla Glue isn't that strong." So right behind her, uh, going through her trouble, some idiot online puts Gorilla Glue on a red Solo cup and glues it to his mouth. For what? Gorilla Glue doesn't work that well. I'm gonna show you I can lick it off. His words. I can lick off Gorilla Glue. Did we not learn not to eat glue? Did we not learn that industrial strength means poisonous for us? Did we lose something in context? Like, what did we do? Like, are we going to start eating deodorant next? Don't put that out there in the universe. Oh my God, somebody's gonna eat deodorant. I just don't understand what y'all doing. It makes no sense. Cancel culture has gotten to the point where we excuse all behavior and then only look at the past for how to address the issues of today. There was racist imagery in certain things. Yes, there was. What does that have to do with today? Well, we have to make sure it doesn't get into the hands of kids today so it doesn't affect how they change. That is your job to instruct kids today. And if we can't make material today to affect kids today so that they become more productive in the future, we're failing. Period. We're failing. We're not teaching kids how to file taxes or why we file taxes. We're not teaching kids how to value money or where money comes from. I was working with my son today on quarters, nickels, and dimes, and in the back of my head, I'm still going like, well, where's the half-dollar piece? Where's the whole dollar piece? I wonder if they're going to teach him about the $2 bill. And these are questions that I have, and I'm like, he's never going to learn this stuff until he gets a lot older and someone just gives him something he has to ask again. His parents, your niece, your nephew, your godson, your goddaughter. We don't teach people how to be better for tomorrow because we're so busy focused on the past. And I get what some of you are saying. Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. You know what I say to that? Those who don't understand today will not be ready for tomorrow. We are not teaching kids to be ready for tomorrow because we do not address the fact that adults today will not own up to their actions. That is the most infuriating part of my life. And for the most part, I'm going to blame entertainment and Hollywood because we keep going back to the well of, well, it was popular back then, so let's remake another one. I don't like remakes. I don't. I do. If it was remade during the time that the original cast is still alive and still in the same industry, I don't want to see it. Give me something new. There are too many phenomenal writers out there that we have to keep going back to the same stories. And if you can't build something around it, because of lack of enthusiasm or think find a different writer. I guarantee you, I have an entire bookshelf of 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 novels, things waiting to be made into cinematic gold. Pick any book off my shelf. It's great. I guarantee you, if you have a book at your house, you can make it into a movie. I'm just not that talented to direct and produce and all that other stuff. And casting and everything else that goes into full production. But it's out there already. It's not like writers died off in the 1950s and then we just had to deal with whatever else was out there. There's tons of material still being produced by beautiful, gorgeous writers who can craft beautiful stories that still tug on the heartstrings of today, that address the issues of today. But we want to focus on characters 50, 60 years ago. I guarantee you they're coming after Fred Flintstone as an abusive wife beater or something. Or what's the guy's name? Ralphie from the Honeymooners, as another abusive husband from the 1950s, and it's just going to keep coming. But my issue is, what does then have to do with now, and how is then going to affect tomorrow? I can't change what happened back then, and what happened back then does not necessarily shape what's going to happen tomorrow. But what I can change is today. I can focus on being a better me today so I can affect someone tomorrow. Kids today do not see adults being adults. And I get it, adulting is hard for a lot of people. It is. It's not a joke. And with I'm trying not to go into too many political aspects that are currently being argued on the Hill because depending on which way you go, I can see both sides. But crippling student loan debt, rising housing rates, and just inflation in general, lack of knowledge and preparedness for an economy that changed overnight and continues to change every day. We're not preparing kids for these things. Cryptocurrency has been out for what, the better part of 12 plus years, and we still don't have a full understanding of it. We just know that it's valuable. I don't understand what we're doing because we're not preparing people for tomorrow. We're trying to pretend like yesterday never happened so that the future can be brighter. But we do nothing about today. Absolutely nothing. And that is the part that I'm so infuriated about. Whenever Cancel culture jumps up into anything. It is never what someone does today. It is always about what somebody did 3, 4 years ago. I think back to a couple of years ago where Don Don Imus, Ron Imus, radio talk show host, whichever one, I don't remember his name, called some WNBA players nappy-headed hoes. True enough, his comments were hurtful, but who was his audience? Were those WNBA players going to be affected by his audience? And for him to say that on out loud on the radio, did that actually change his radio audience? No, we're just going to take him off the air. We're going to make him make a public apology and then take him off the air. He still kept all his money. He changed platforms and continued to say the same things that he was saying in the first place. And he still keeps all of his thought processes anyway. What did you change? He didn't make money from them anymore. Fantastic. I'm rambling. I'm angry. I'm just tired of people getting canceled with no major repercussions for society. We cancel people and then expect those people to just disappear into the wind like they still aren't part of this society. We cancel people and then make them just sit at home somewhere and stew in their own anger. Freedom of speech isn't free, I guess.